What's up, guys? This is my geography channel, and for this video we are going to be talking about countries that aren't part of the UN, and if you don't know what that stands for the United Nations. The United Nations mean all the countries in the world that are countries. If your country is a country and not an observer state or just an island, then that means it's part of the UN. If your country is part of the UN, that means it's an actual country. Like, for example, the United States is a country, so it's considered a United Nation. And another example is Zambia is a country, and it's part of the UN. Laos is a country in Southeastern Asia, so it's a country, and it's part of the UN. So those are examples of UN. So those are examples of countries that are part of the UN. Now let me show you examples that countries that aren't part of the UN. So we go to Northern Cyprus. Let me go search it up. I know we're already there, but I just want to give you a better look. Northern Cyprus, the territory claimed by Turkey. Northern Cyprus is not Northern Cyprus is not a country because it's not recognized by any countries in the world. Northern Cyprus is owned by Turkey. Turkey says that they own Northern Cyprus. No country, because for a country to be a country, a couple countries have to say it's a country, or they take it as a country. And the only country that says that Northern Cyprus is the only country that considers Northern Cyprus is a country is Turkey. And Turkey already owns it, so it's not really a country. So Cyprus technically owns it. And the capital of Cyprus, Nicosia, is right on the border between Northern Cyprus. But this big land in Northern Cyprus is owned by Cyprus and Turkey too. That's an example of a country that's not a UN. So let's start. So I already told you the reason why Northern Cyprus isn't considered a country is because it's not considered a country by any other countries. Because for a country to be considered a country, some countries have to consider it a country. And the only country that considers it a country is Turkey because they own it, so they're obviously going to consider it a country. But no, Northern Cyprus is not a country. And now we're going to do the Shawari Arab Democratic Republic. And if you don't know what that means, that's just another name for Western Sahara. Western Sahara is a country south of Morocco, north of Mauritania, and touching the Spanish islands of Santa Cruz and de la Palma, touching the North Atlantic Ocean to the north. Western Sahara is sometimes called the Shawari Arab Democratic Republic. That's just a little nickname you could say. The Western Sahara's name is Shawari Arab Democratic Republic, but sometimes it's also just called Western Sahara because it's shorter too. Western Sahara is not a country. Why? The reason Western Sahara isn't a country is because it's not recognized by any other countries of the world, and it's not recognized by the United Nations. If the United Nations does not recognize a country as a country, then it's considered not a country. So Western Sahara is not a country. It has its own flag, its own passport, and its own currency, but Western Sahara is not a country. You can call it an observer state. Now we're gonna go to another one that confuses people. This one. Taiwan. Believe it or not, most people actually think Taiwan is a country, but no, Taiwan is not a country because Taiwan is claimed by some countries. I think some countries claim it to be a country, but China doesn't. Taiwan is not a country because it's not owned by the United Nations. Doesn't say that Taiwan is a country. Taiwan is part of the People's Republic of China. So Taiwan is not a country, sadly. Most people think it is a country, but believe it or not, it's not a country. Taiwan is just a province owned to China. but Taiwanese people do not get along with Chinese people because they're mad, and the USA is defending Taiwan, so that just makes it worse. But the capital of Taiwan is Taipei, which is really beautiful, and if you ever head to Taipei, I recommend visiting the Taipei 101 Observatory. And Taiwan is really a beautiful country, even though it's part of China, sadly, but it's okay. Now we're going to be doing another one. The second one is in Eastern Africa, and it happens to be Somaliland. Let me just show you the size of it. Okay, so this is Somaliland. Somaliland is a region in northern Somalia, and some people think Somaliland is owned by Ethiopia, and some people think Somaliland is owned by Somalia. Some people, believe it or not, even think Somaliland is owned by Yemen. But no, Somaliland is not part of the United Nations, so that means Somaliland is not a country. Why? Because back then, Somaliland was fighting for independence, because back then, Somalia was a country, but Somaliland was like, hey, I don't want to be part of you, Somalia. I want to break off. And Somalia was like, nah, you have to be with us. So then Somaliland and Somalia were having a war all the way to 1991, and then that's when 1991 is the day Somaliland finally got independence from Somalia. But Somaliland is not a country because Somaliland is just like the Shawi Arab Democratic or just Western Sahara. It's not recognized by any countries, and it's not recognized by the United Nations. So it's technically not a country. But it needs Somalia's help to be considered a country, even though it's really not considered a country. So Ethiopia does not own Somaliland, and Yemen does not own Somaliland. Somalia kind of does and kind of doesn't own Somaliland. Oh, and I just wanted to mention, if you ever go to Somalia, check out the Webi Shabelle River. It's really beautiful, passing through Mogadishu. I highly recommend visiting it too. And up in Somalia, even though Somaliland isn't kind of not part of Somalia, it does have beautiful cities like Hargeisa, Berbere. That's where you can visit the Somali Last Gil Caves. They're in northern Somaliland. I recommend checking them out. The next one we're going to be doing is one in southern Europe, which is between Italy. So we'll do this one. Let's find it. It's really small, so it's kind of hard to find it. It's close to Rome, so let's find it. Oh, here it is. So the next one we're going to be doing is Vatican City. So Vatican City is not considered a country, and I'll tell you that. But real quick, let me just give you its geography. Where is Vatican City? We all know it's in Europe, but where is it? Vatican City is within Rome. It's right next to Rome. Look, Rome is the capital of Italy, and Vatican City is like a neighboring with Rome. It's like a kind of like a border. And then there's also San Marino also, which is inside Italy. Vatican City is inside Italy, so it doesn't have any coastline with any water. It doesn't have any water source within. It does have a little river right here though, but this is in Italy. So Vatican City does not have any water source like rivers, streams. I mean, maybe it has some from flowing to Italy. Vatican City is not considered a country. It's not really much of a reason. A lot of countries don't consider it a country. Obviously, Italy won't consider it a country. Italy does not own Vatican City. Vatican City, the president owns it. It's just not considered a country. For example, if the capital of Spain, Madrid. If Madrid wanted to be a country, but it's not recognized as by the United Nations, it can still own its own city. It's just not a country. That's the thing. So that's the same for Vatican City. Italy doesn't own Vatican City. It's just that it's just not considered a country. That's it. And Vatican City is inside Rome, and it's not considered a country because it's not recognized by any other countries. And now we're going to do San Marino. San Marino is actually much more bigger than Vatican City. It actually has more cities. And the capital, San Marino, is here. Let me go search it up real quick. Okay. San Marino is the capital of the kind of country, San Marino. Now let's go find it. Okay. Now, San Marino, unlike Unlike Vatican City, San Marino is actually a country. I know I said for a second I said that San Marino is not a country, but believe it or not, San Marino is a country. San Marino is a country inside Italy. Sadly, it also doesn't have any connections to a sea or an ocean. Look how close it is. It's this close to having an ocean, which is a little mean, which is a little weird and a little funny, I'm not gonna lie. The capital of San Marino is San Marino, just its name. And San Marino is actually a decent city, I'm not gonna lie. If you look at it, it's really beautiful. Let's look at it. San Marino is actually not that bad. I kind of want to go here. It's pretty beautiful. It's like a mini Rome. The city it's really close to is Rimini, which is a city in Italy, like in eastern Italy. So San Marino, the capital of San Marino, it actually does have a couple. It doesn't have any rivers. Well, it does have one river, but it's like a pretty small river. Okay, now we are going to be doing this one. Let me remember what it's called. Let's see. I forgot what it's called. Oh, yeah. The next one we are going to be doing is Palestine. So let's go. Let me go search it up. Okay. Palestine. So Palestine is actually not considered a country. The reason it's not considered a country is, as you all probably know, it's not considered to be a country. No country wants to claim it a country because what's the point? Palestine has been fighting with Israel for a while because Israel and Palestine has a dispute with Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. It's where Jesus was born, and it's where everything happened. Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. If you can see here, Jerusalem is actually really beautiful. If you go there, I recommend visiting the city where Jesus was born. It's very nice, and it's actually very pretty. But Palestine also says Jerusalem is the capital. So Palestine and Israel are kind of fighting for Jerusalem because Jerusalem belonged to Israel, but Palestine wants to own it too. But Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, and it belongs to Israel, and it is Israel. It's the capital. It's where Jesus was born. They're not fighting because of religions. It's because Israel's religion is Judaism, and Palestine's religion is Islam. They're not fighting because of religion. The only reason they're fighting is only because of Jerusalem. They're kind of just fighting over Jerusalem. So Palestine is not a country because it's not considered by any countries. And Palestine is not considered by any other country. It's not it's not even recognized by the United Nations. Okay, now the next one we're going to be doing is this one, the Gaza Strip. Okay, let's find it. No, not Gaza, okay. Now let's do this. Okay, it's not really searching it. Okay, I'm going to do Gaza Strip. Okay, the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip is not a country. You all probably know why, but believe it or not, Palestine actually owns the Gaza Strip, and the capital of Gaza Strip is actually going to be Gaza, which sits right here. And Gaza is actually not that bad. It's like a mini. It's like a very not Dubai, but it's like a really weird, decent city, honestly. There's lots of nice tall buildings though, and you can see lots of Arabic signs, as you can tell. But yeah, the capital of Gaza Strip is Gaza. Palestine claims to own that too, and I guess Palestine says the capital of their country is Jerusalem, and they also say the capital of Gaza. So it's like South Africa, because South Africa has 3 capitals. One is Cape Town, the second is Pretoria, and the third is Johannesburg. Okay, now the Gaza Strip borders Israel, and it's owned by Palestine. It also borders Egypt, and it also borders the Mediterranean Sea. So it's not really, it's Palestine is not considered a country. So if Palestine is not considered a country, then the Gaza Strip is not considered a country. Okay, that's most of the countries. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please comment. What do you think? Do you think Northern Cyprus should be considered a country? Do you think Somaliland should be considered a country? Comment down below if you think yes, Somaliland or any other country should be a country. Okay, bye.